Don't be fooled by the retrace. We had XRP rocket up to 94 cents. On some exchanges it's showing 93 cents. On some exchanges 95 cents. But you get the general idea. Now, of course, we've retraced a little bit to 69 cents. It actually went as far down as 66 cents and a little bit not too long ago. But this is partly due to just a general correction in the market. Due to this that happened yesterday, a lot of the cryptos also pumped. Even Bitcoin was moved by XRP's massive pump. And of course, when there's a pump like that, a lot of people take profits and basically the market just retraces a little bit, cools off. If you look at Bitcoin, you will see that not only did it retrace, it completely lost all of the gains that it made yesterday. Now we're even lower than where we were before the pump yesterday, whereas XRP retained most of the pump. It went down about 50% from the peak, but nowhere near 100% or even more that Bitcoin and some of the other cryptos did. So don't be too worried about that. That's just the beginning. And this pump, man, we haven't seen anything yet. So instead of concentrating on speculation, which is what's happening here, and worry too much, unless you absolutely need the money or you're a professional swing trader, I'm not. So I tend to just leave my coins for the mid to long term. I have a target in my mind, and when I reach that target, I might then take some off the table. Instead, think of the things that are coming ahead. The minute Japan woke up, we got this announcement. Bank of Japan to use XRP to facilitate cross-border payments. Now, that's not a decision that they've just made. It's something that they've been working on for quite some time. And we know that Japan is quite bullish on XRP. The SBI Bank has been talking about XRP non-stop for years now. In a significant development for the cryptocurrency world, the Bank of Japan, BOJ, has announced its decision to leverage Ripple's digital asset XRP to streamline cross-border payments. The groundbreaking move marks a step forward in the adoption of cryptocurrencies in the traditional financial sector. I'll leave a link to this article. It goes on to talk about how XRP is going to be used by pretty much every bank in Japan by 2025, etc. But this is very imminent, though. This is very soon. So I did a little quick look at how Bank of Japan currently processes payments and what kind of volumes we're talking about. So this is not exactly cross-border payments. These are intra-bank payments within Japan. We're talking about $1.9 trillion per day. So that's a lot of volume, which is to be expected for a first world country, quote unquote. BOJnet is a secure and reliable system that is used by financial institutions to send and receive payments in Japanese yen. It is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and 365 days a year. Now, that compared to what is used in the United States, for instance, which is called FedWire, which is quite similar, does the same sort of volume, a little bit higher, of course, for the United States. But the difference is actually that FedWire is only open during business hours, so it's not 24 hours a day. So already the Japanese system is better than, well, more efficient and more available than the American system at the moment. The FEDNOW system that's coming out in America will be able to do 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So it's going to then equal the BOJnet. However, Bank of Japan is working apparently on a BOJnet 2.0, which is the next generation real-time gross settlement RTGS system for the Bank of Japan. This will expand the capacity from 1.9 trillion to $80 trillion in payments per day. Now, this doesn't specifically claim to be using XRP, but when I did a little bit more digging, it turns out that actually the Bank of Japan doesn't actually process cross-border payments per se. They use other institutions to do that. So in theory, when Bank of Japan says that they're going to be using XRP for cross-border payments, it just means they're going to be using XRP for intra-bank, intra-institution money transfers. So effectively, this BOJnet 2.0, you can deduce, will be using XRP. Now, this BOJnet 2.0 in technology would be similar to, you got it, FEDNOW. FEDNOW again doesn't state particularly that they're going to be using XRP. We don't know that yet. Just like we don't know that this BOJ Net 2.0 will be using XRP, but we can kind of deduce from the Japanese announcement that they're going to be using the XRP network to process intra-institution payments. And if it's working in Japan, I see no reason why it won't work in the United States. The technology is very similar. The demand is very similar. There's more volume in America, but this 80 trillion is actually probably larger than what's currently being handled by FedWire. Another thing about FedWire is even though the transactions are very quick, they don't actually settle until end of day where they're batched together and all processed as some kind of overnight process. It doesn't actually happen on the fly, whereas with XRP or FEDNOW, it is proposed that the payments will happen immediately. So we're looking at a system or some kind of infrastructure that can handle instant payments. Is that XRP? Well, you decide. Not financial advice. Do your own research. I'll see you in the next video.